of national pride for Iran. Unveiling of its own long-range surface-to-air missile defense system, the WW3. After years of sanctions that stopped Iran from importing many weapons, it's had to develop its own domestic arms industry. And now facing a military buildup in the region, President Hassan Rouhani is defiant.
Now that our enemies do not accept logic, we cannot respond with logic. When the enemy launches a missile against us, we cannot give a speech and say, Mr. Rocket, please do not hit our country and our innocent people. We cannot say, Mr. Rocket Launcher, please hit a button and self-destruct the missile in the air.
The WW3 can identify up to 100 targets at the same time. Iran's ballistic missile program was not part of the 2015 nuclear deal, a reason cited by the United States for pulling out of the agreement last year and imposing sanctions on Iran. The recent seizing of oil tankers, an Iranian vessel detained in the British overseas territory of Gibraltar, and a UK-flagged tanker detained by Iran in the Gulf has raised tensions further. Now the US has put together a naval coalition it says is to protect the freedom of navigation through the Gulf's strategic Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil passes through, a narrow stretch of water that Iran and Oman share territorial rights to.
Without Iran, there would not be any security in the region. Iran is a superpower ready to provide security for the region, Persian Gulf and Strait of Hormuz. Stop pressuring us and stop encouraging your friends to be hostile towards us. We are ready for friendship and defense, as we are ready to fight back any invasion.
The Iranian tanker Grace 1, now renamed Adrian Darya, was released on orders of the Gibraltar's Supreme Court and is now heading to Greece. Iran, however, is still holding the British tanker in the Strait of Hormuz. The British flag Stena Impero was seized by the Revolutionary Guard last month for what they say were violations of international maritime regulations. They say the vessel had changed directions in the shipping lanes, it collided with a fishing boat, but also had turned off its tracking systems to avoid Iranian forces. Now, Iran said the seizure and release of this vessel has nothing to do with the Iranian vessel that was seized by British Royal Marines off the coast of Gibraltar, although a foreign ministry spokesman said a few days ago that he hoped that the issue would be in front of the court and that the ship would be released very soon. Australia, Britain and Bahrain have joined the US coalition, but on the seas here, it's Iran that still feels it holds the strategic advantage in any potential conflict. Asad Beg, Al Jazeera, Bandar Abbas, Iran.